Peace, family. 19 Keys tapping in. I got about 15 minutes. So this is going to be extremely short. But I wanted everybody to lock in. And I'm going to send this out to the family. We're going to get started here in a second. Boom. Just sent it out. Let's get this going. I think I want to do a class tonight for the infinite wealth strategies. I want to do. I ain't did one in a minute. Boom. Okay. What's up, family? How we feeling? Feeling young, huh?
What's taking so long? American Werewolf.
How we feeling? How we feeling? All right. I got a few things in my notes I want to go over today. How y'all feeling about the market today? I know the market looking crazy. You understand me? So I know they got to ruffle people's feathers. I like to come on here specifically in the times of uncertainty and provide some guidance where I can during this time. Listen, you know, I've done good on some puts today for the SPY in the stock market, but no good money in crypto right now. You understand me? My portfolio took some hits. But NFTs is looking good. The NFT market is looking great. Now, you have to understand, we talked about this before and why this was going to happen. We know that crypto operates in cycles. You understand me? And once you understand that crypto operates in cycles, same way the market operates in cycles, then none of this stuff confuses you anymore because there are so many different things at play right now. It's really the perfect storm for crashes. It's really the perfect storm for corrections. You understand me? So I always like to get to these questions, right? You know, because this is why, you know, thinking in the long term is more important than the emotions in the short term, right? Because there are some investors who buy things that they think are solid investments 5-10 years, and then they don't look at their portfolio again after that, right? They wait to see in the next 3-4 years if their investment thesis made sense, right? And peace and blessings to everybody that's coming in. You understand me? We're gonna have a real conversation. Make sure y'all press the like button. You understand me? And hit that YouTube. Hit the love button. That ain't even a like. Hit the love button. You know what I'm talking about? Show some love. You feel me? We got 300 people in here. There should be at least 300 likes on there. Increases the algorithm and things of that nature. You feel me? We have 58,000 people. We gained like 8,000 subscribers. We're going to be getting up to 100,000 soon. You understand? We got a lot coming. I want to provide more and more and more, right? So here's the thing. First of all, let me ask you in the comments, if you bought an NFT before, press 1. You understand me? If you bought an NFT before, press 1. Make sure y'all hit that like button too, man. Another 150 people ain't did it yet, but it's cool though. You understand me? Show me some love, right? So we got a lot of people that's getting into this adoption right now. I talked about this a little bit on my Instagram on another catalyst, right? Because there's never one reason that crypto drops. There's always multitude of different catalysts. You have to take into the stock market, right? And the connection that cryptocurrency has to the stock market. You have to take in this bubble market, right? You have to take in the Feds and the Federal Reserve not pumping money into, right, the stock market to come in and fix these things with their magical economic financial tools, right? You got to take into the real estate market and Evergrande, China, and, right, inflation, And so many different factors, really, man. It's debt crisis, credit crisis, there's all sort of crises going on all at once. Then you have uncertainty on what's happening in the market as far as the standpoint of what's going on with this virus still, where some places are locked down, other places aren't locked down. You have the UK saying that we lifting our restrictions because Boris got caught, you understand me, partying. So he said, you know what, we're just gonna make partying legal now. So there's a lot of different things and a lot of different factors, and all of these factors are bearish signs, right? Then you got Russia calling a ban on cryptocurrency because essentially they believe that, and rightfully so. And shout out to Kiko7575, man. If you got a question, just get you a badge over there and I'll answer it. But you got people like Russia saying that, you know, we're gonna ban crypto. You understand? We're gonna ban trading for crypto and mining for crypto because they believe that it undermines their system, saying that, you know, a lot of fraudulent activities happen on it, right? A lot of dark things happen. Now we know that money is used regardless of what form it is to commit crimes. So that's a bogus, felonious excuse. And Russia just don't seem like the type of country that does things right for those reasons. And at the same time, what's really happening, as I talked about, is that cryptocurrency was created as a decentralized method to change the financial system in the financial world. And the reason that that was created because it hasn't been working. You understand me? Not for the people in the best interest of the people. The financial system is owned by a very small group of people. Out of 7 billion people, right, is owned by 1% of those people. So the 99% are under the thumb, right, of the 1%. So people, or maybe, and here's the thing about the idea of it that appealed to the masses, because in reality, we don't know who created, right, Bitcoin and for what reasons, because it was anonymous with Satoshi Nakamoto, right? But we do know that the idea and the basis of decentralization, allowing us to have power over our own money matrix and our own money systems, now that's a reason to buy into it in the first place and start engaging in it, right? And the game is now that we didn't got to such a totalitarianship in governments and authoritarian governments where it don't matter what the will of the people want, it becomes the desire of the states and what they want. You understand me? Because the true power should be about what do the people want. You understand me? That should be the true power. The true power should be about what the hell do the people want. You understand me? Let me make sure everybody's still in the comments because I see the numbers dwindled. Okay, it came back. There was a little twitch on YouTube for a second, right? But anyway, make sure y'all click that like button as you come in here. I want to make sure that the likes are connected to the amount of people so we keep the engagement high, right? So Russia did not, interestingly enough, they did not ban owning cryptocurrency, right? So they still will allow their citizens to own it. They said private citizens. Now you got to also understand the language and the legal that's being utilized here at all times, right? Private citizens are different than public citizens, right? Private citizens are moving in their own, you understand me, accord and will. Public citizens are those that are owned by the state because you have a number attached to you as a human being that makes you stock, right? That is owned by the corporations, you understand me, which is the country. United States of America is a corporation at the end of the day. So it's a corporation that is for profit at the same time. We don't live in a nonprofit corporation. We live in a for-profit corporation called the United States of America. That's what they do business as, right? And now you're seeing a lot of these hikes in taxes. I've seen that they said that they're going to tax NFTs. Of course they're going to tax NFTs. I was never under the illusion that they wasn't going to try to get money off this, right? Now, if you studied this and you understood the game that we was given earlier a couple of years ago when we were talking about the wealth standard, we talked about when the feds made interest rates go to zero, bonds rates go to zero. What you got to understand the connection between that and the people. That essentially those bond rates are connected to, right, the human capital stock, which are you and I. You understand me? And that human capital stock is basically the blood, sweat, and tears of the American people. As you're born into this country, right, you are giving a birth certificate, right? And because money is no longer backed by gold, it is backed by people, right? It is backed by the human stock value the same way if you got cows, and you got animals on the farm, then your stock has a certain value. But imagine those animals, you understand me, no longer have value, that you created and replaced them with machines. So let's say that instead of using cows, you now use cashews. So the stock value decreases, right? So what used to happen is they used to bet on the people they used to borrow against the human capital and the value of people and their productivity rate, right? And the value of each person that existed. Sort of like a big plantation, right? Taking credit out against their slaves, right? This is basically how the system works. So when you started to look at, shout out to James Taylor, I'm gonna get to your answer in a second. When you start to look at why, or what's the importance of that and how we are emerging into this new creator economy, well, if the physical work, right, because being replaced by machines is no longer valid, right? If the physical work is no longer valid because the machines can do the work. So those essential jobs and duties that human beings used to have are now going to be replaced by machines. Then that human stock goes down to zero. We don't need you anymore. So that means that new skill sets have to form and a new economy has to form, right? Because people still need to make money, right? The economy still has to flow. People still have to be able to make money to buy, sell, trade, and things of that nature in this economic system. So that's why I taught heavy on the skill set acquisition and the creative capacity. And people didn't understand, like, what does creativity have to do with me being able to get money? What does team building and project management? I say, listen, that hard work stuff, that's not where we at no more. That smart work even ain't it, because the smart work is they already built the platforms. It's already built. It's the creative work. So now you can figure out how to become as creative as possible with creative business strategies, and you can make millions of dollars utilizing the tools that's set forth. So you got NFTs, right? And when NFTs creates new opportunities and business strategies that a person can utilize and implement in order to be able to make money, right? You're talking about 14-year-olds and making millions of dollars because they utilize creativity. People deciding to say that, I want to raise money for my business. Well, I'm going to do it in the form of NFTs. Or I want to create a whole new community. I'm going to do it in the form of NFTs, right? They utilizing all of these creative, abstract manners of thinking to start to become rich. They didn't say, I'm about to go work a job, go to school, go through the hard technical route of working and education, because that no longer exists. It's not about your degrees, it's about your skills, right? So one of the most valuable skills is creativity, because the machine is not creative. The machine has to be programmed to think in a creative capacity, right? Or to execute the creativity of the human being. So there's things called generative design, where you can put in your design into a computer and the computer will generate your design for you, but you have to give it per specific instructions in order for it to do that, which will require creativity. But we live in a society that lacks creativity at an ultimate level, which is why you see everybody creating the same type of projects. Monkey see, monkey do, create more apes for you. That's the lack of creativity. How do you have one of the highest levels where creativity is needed, one of the newest fields in industry that ever pop up, and the only thing that people know how to do is copy each other? 1 ape project, new ape project, 3 ape project, 4 ape project, black ape project, white ape project, dumb ape project, love ape project, hate ape project, tech ape project. Just apes and apes and apes, because human beings acting stupid, man. They ain't got no creativity. So those who say, what, I'm not going to do what everybody else doing. I'm going to create new ways to utilize this technology, because yes, y'all found a dope way to use it. I'm going to use it my way. And then all of a sudden they get paid. They get rich, because then everybody like, damn, I didn't even think of that. Why? Because you don't have the original process of thinking, doing things, right, different than other people. Having uncommon responses is original thinking, right? So we got all of these different tools and ways, and how you put them together and how you start forming them creatively, right, is going to determine how you're able to maximize your profits and your efficiency. I hope that makes sense to y'all. I hope y'all following. Press that like button. We got, you understand me, 586 people in here. We only got 384 people participated in the like campaign, right? So, Yeah, there's all these different ways you can do it. Somebody asked me about my roadmap to crypto, I mean, to my Crown Society, and I had to tell them, like, I'm not following the blueprint that somebody else says so that you can determine my value and then set myself up because I'm trying to follow something that I don't even believe in. No, I'm gonna create my roadmap based on how I decide this project is going and add value to the community for the next 10 years. I'm not worried about the market and what it does. I just sold out of the phase one of the first crowns, right? And two, what I got coming through with these next wearable tech crowns, that's going to be amazing, that I've already finished the prototype on, that I can't wait to hit the market. Like, so it's going to be exponential value when things actually roll out. But I'm thinking in a creative capacity. I'm not thinking about what the market is doing. I don't care about it whatsoever. That don't matter to me, right? At the same time, it's like, so it's like there's a lot of things you do want to look at. There's a lot of values that exist and in this space, right? This NFT space is just fire. Because it's like I found a project called Crypto Scores. Now, Crypto Scores is the second project after CryptoPunks that launched on the Ethereum mainnet network, right? And what they did is not only, right, is they the second project, but they are really the first project that has utility, because CryptoPunks didn't have any utility. It was a project that was given out for free that people was buying. So this is the project that's launching that people believe is going to be the next project that becomes the CryptoPunks, or even possibly as valuable as the Bored Ape Yacht Club, right? And in this crypto world, when you pay attention to certain things, you buy in, you get the opportunity to make money, and now they're considered to be a hedge. But see, I want to break down something else before we even get into that, right? And that's called Crypto Scores, because you can utilize the actual artwork as intellectual property and create a brand around it, whoever owns it. Different conversation. We get into that later. So we know Twitter done rolled out verification badges and IDs, like I said they would on the last one, but everybody knew. I ain't predict nothing. I'm just saying it. Him saying it happened. But we had the verification badges roll out, but currently you have to buy a subscription on Twitter to use the verification badge, which I think is a terrible model in the first place, right? But you know, that's how they want to roll their game out, right? We got 600 people in here. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all share this, you understand me, and get some game out, right? So we got they got the verification badge. Now, verification badge is good for the social climate of cryptocurrencies and adding validity to the verification aspect of it. Because now you got two verification badges on Instagram. On Twitter. The one that they give you and the one you give yourself. But you can go mint you an NFT right now, right? And then add that verification badge. But I wouldn't do it if I was you, just to simply pay them a subscription per month. You understand me? So that you can be verified on Twitter through a badge. That part don't make sense unless you specifically want to show the social value aspect, and it's a way that you can leverage that, you understand me, in your Twitter feed. But if not, don't give those people no money just because. It's the business model, but they getting creative with their business model. They say, listen, instead of giving people verification badges, how about we sell them verification to things that they actually own? Even though that they can easily verify everybody on social media by going through that same process of verification, but they wanted to have selectivity. You understand me? Because they ain't verified me on none of those platforms. You understand me? So they ain't verified to me yet either. You feel me? But anyway, let's move forward, right? I talked about the Asian wealth standard. Now, this is key, right? So my culture, right? Original Asiatic people, man, we slow on things. We slow and we be reactionary. The United States of America is slow on the NFT wave too. The United States of America ranks very low on NFT adoption. Now, if any of you are familiar what happened in China, right? Xinjiang, China, built up in the last 10 years and when it's printing billionaires, creating new billionaires, right? It went from rice farmers, right, to building up this land to where they got skyscrapers and there's millionaires and billionaires everywhere. They called it the bling dynasty. You understand me? I'm talking about they were just making millionaires and billionaires. Now, how did they do this? Well, they decided as a collective that they wanted to focus their collective attention in a new area, in a new arena, which is specifically technology. So they decided to say, well, if this new technology is emerging, let's be at the frontier of it so that we can scoop all of the benefits of it, right? So, as technology was evolving and growing, that whole sector decided to focus on technological shift. See, China won the 5G war. You understand me? Not only did that, they did health, they did tech, right? And that would allow them to be able to build this center to where they basically like, like a Dubai over there, right? Because they weren't thinking about just the individual. Everybody got on focus and everybody got on board, and it was able to benefit from it, right? And the Asian model uses education as their saviorism because they know that there's nobody going to come to save them. So instead, they said, well, how do we save ourselves? Let's invest in the new sectors that will be the ones that dominate the world. You understand me? And so as these sectors dominate the world, they invest in it, they build it up. Because if you want to know, like when you call on the phone for any tech support, what is? It's out there in India, right? You talking about the outsourced technology and things that's being made. A lot of those factories are over there in China. You understand me? A lot of that work is over there in China. A lot of those developers and things of that nature, engineers and creators, they over there in China. Silicon Valley is filled with East Asians as the highest paid group in Silicon Valley. How is that possible? You talking about black people and white people not in Silicon Valley? Because they focus on the industries that were emerging while we was focusing on sociology and psychology, right, and African American studies. No, they focus on things that was actually going to help them build a nation. And that's what they were able to do. Did it mean that they in love with technology and things of that nature? They probably could care less, but they understood the benefits that allowed them to build a nation as a people. So I say that to say this. Do y'all know, if you watch my video, you should know, put it in the chat. What is the highest grossing, or what is the number one country for NFTs today? Put it in the chat. What's the number one country for NFTs today? I'm surely somebody know this. Kirk Collins, the Philippines. The Philippines is the number one country. Further proves this Asian wealth standard. See, they don't mind experimenting and adopting things. That's how they building up their country. They understand these things. It's different. See, we operate from such a fear-based mentality that we believe that we can't control none of our narrative, and that's why we're afraid of everything. Not because we're afraid of everybody else's narrative. We're afraid of our own ability to control our own narrative, our own ability to be able to control technology, how we use it, the effects that it has on us. We're afraid that we don't have power of our own mind. And so somebody else will be able to make us a slave once again, because we always operating from the slave's fear-based system. But then Philippines, Thailand, I think is number 2. You understand me? Let me see. Let me pull up this chart. Don't make no goddamn sense, B. Like how we operating like this? All right, so Thailand is number 2. Malaysia is number 3, right? Then you got the United Arabs, right? Then you got Vietnam. Then you got Nigeria, Brazil, Hong Kong, Venezuela, Peru, Colombia, South Africa, Argentina, Singapore, Canada, Australia, Germany. Then you got United States of America with only 2.8%. 3.9% planning to buy. And in that 3%, you know how much of that percent represents the culture? A very small percentage. I'm talking about minute. So we nowhere near at the frontier, at the epicenter, at the crust of this movement. It's so early, it's ridiculous, because it's just a new technology that we can use in whatever way that we want to. Like, it's low. And most people are having discussions on how fearful that they are, or how they believe the white man is going to use NFTs in the metaverse. They never thought about how they could use the NFTs. how it can add it to your business model, how the new technology has new implications to create new solutions for you, how you can use it in some manner to bridge the wealth gap, right? And produce assets utilizing digital technology. But the Asian community is the fastest growing household income in America. They stick together with family. They build on community. They invest in emerging industries. They focus their education to be their saviorism. And they do for self. That's the standard, but we don't have standards of wealth in our community. Americans don't have those same standards of wealth in our community, so we lose. And we look for everything else to save us but ourselves. Right? So the thesis comes into play even more, right? Because we're living in a 5-dimensional world with upgraded software, and every time the software gets updated, that you have to update the hardware. So mentally, it's the same thing. Every time that society moves faster, you have to update your mind so you can catch up with it at the same time. Because otherwise, you can't download and process the speeds of change to be able to execute. Talk to me. All right, so let's move forward, right? Everybody should mint an NFT and everybody should create a project. Even if you like, what can you lose by creating a project, by understanding this field? There is not a single thing you can lose. What, a couple of dollars? You got to miss some fees, some gas fees? Like, come on now. There's only opportunities in front of you at this point. So like my project is going to be amazing, right? The one I'm doing, and I got people designing stuff in the background, prototypes being created. The first wave sold out. People are buying into the secondary sales, right? And the first wave access, of course, is going to give you access to the Discord and the education. As a matter of fact, every time that there's a dip like this, I like to throw in a discount, right, for my course. So if you are interested, right, what I'm going to do for everybody today, because I know crypto is down, I know all these things is down, so I'm not trying to bust you over the head. You feel me? I'll give you access to my course in the Discord for the rest of the year. For the one-time price of $250 today. So that's like 70% off. Now, I once said that this was the last time I'm gonna do this, and it actually is, because February, I'm changing everything up. And not only that, I'm going to actually I want to add in my book, Infinite Wealth Strategy, so everybody get that as well that they can utilize. So they get the ebook plus they get the course. So take it or leave it. That's up on y'all, right? Press 1 if that interests you. You understand me? You get locked in, you get the crypto, you get the NFTs, you get the Discord. You understand me? Coming with the whole community where we all in there gauging about different cryptos, about different stocks, about different NFTs. We got different community rooms, the whole nine. It's a dope community. You understand me? That you really want to be a part of, because it's better to learn together than by yourself. You understand me? It's going to change the game. We all got to go through 2022 to get, but we don't have to go at it alone. If we go at it together, we're going at it strong. You understand me? Because then when things happen, you're no longer confused. Well, I don't know how the market moving. What's going on? What project should I pick? What should I get into? What education? Where's the knowledge? Who can help me with this? All of that stuff is answered. It's there. It's centralized, right? And then on top of that, you'll get my mindset management. We're going to teach you learning how to learn. If you didn't have any issues with learning these things, we have various techniques and ways. You have different texts that you can take for aptitude levels, getting over your trauma, fears, the whole nine. Like, we really want to immerse you into this community. You understand me? I want to have this very powerful community that's immersed, right? So we're going to lock that in. So right now, I need everybody to text 250 to this number, and you have till 4:44 to do so. That's all I'm going to do it. You have to 444, and then I'm cutting off that discount, and then you got to pay the full price of $1,111. But let me get back to it. Also, I would take questions as well for those You understand me? In the chat, and let me see if I got any questions in the Discord from the Discord members. Let's see what we talking about here. Because listen, man, it's too much benefit. Listen, also new ways to make money on social media. Of course, they rolling out the subscription model where when you go live, you're gonna have a subscription. Now, listen, people, what's gonna make your live valuable in the first place is knowledge. You understand me? Like if you make yourself, the quickest way to add value to yourself is like master something. Make yourself an expert at something where you can teach people something they don't know. Then I just gave y'all the game on the statistical numbers of adoption rate in the US. If only 3.2% of the total market value, you understand me, is covered by the US, how small is that percentage of people that has adopted in the US, meaning that how absent of education and understanding in this space of people that want to get into it, right? You got Web3, you have metaverse, you got blockchain, you got NFTs. There's a lot of people that need the knowledge of this space but don't have it. Somebody put my so the Discord guy, I have to talk with him today. He's creating everything still. I thought he was gonna be done by the 19th. So he should be done either today or tomorrow. And then I'll drop the Discord for the Crown Society. For the NFT, you have to text NFT. But I just put the number there. So text 250 there. I'm literally changing it at 4:44 Pacific Standard Time. That's all you have to. So that's like 1 hour. Once I go get to this office, it's over. Press like if you're in here, if you're getting value from this, press the like button, share. All right, let me pull up my other notes. See if there's anything else to go over before I better do here. No, you got MasterCard and Visa. You got Coinbase that still hasn't done it, which is going to continue to increase adoption, right? You got Instagram and Facebook exploring NFTs so that they're going to be locking more people into that as well. You're going to see a lot of more metaverse news as the billions of dollars and hundreds of millions of dollars that, listen, I know that Network Ninja said that discount definitely worth it. Yeah, that's why I'm only doing it for this 1 hour. So it is what it is. Understand me? Thank you, Nicole. She said it's so worth it, guys. I bought the program. My mind has shifted instantly. There's no excuse to give us the tools to enlighten us. There's success and wealth out there for everyone. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, we teach you how to turn your book into an NFT as well. We actually teach. So once you get the there's also a strategy of how to become an author. You understand me? Where look, number one. All right, so I'm not going to. Somebody asks, explain what you get again for 250. Absolutely not. Listen, to 250, that's nowhere near the value of this. Don't like. If you have to think about this, don't do it. I don't want you to do it at all. I want you to miss this, right? Because I'm definitely not explaining my value for $250. That's not what I actually do. Because of you can actually go click the link and then see what's available. Plus, you get live. Listen, it's way too much. So I love y'all. I appreciate y'all, but I can't do that because time is too valuable. Time is too valuable. Knowledge is too valuable to be playing around. You understand me? I just can't do it. It's too much in there. I could teach one of those modules. You understand me? And then that'll be worth it. So once you get the full access, it's more than what you can pay for. I just want to say that. It's more than what you can pay for. The program is about, of course, blockchain, metaverse, crypto, NFTs, right? Book writing strategies, how to mint stuff on the blockchain, business strategies, mindset strategies, all these different strategies that we teach, plus a whole community that you're involved in of people that you can build, learn, share information, knowledge, gain access to, the whole nine, man. It's you literally buying a membership, right? Rather than a course. And I think that's why people get it confused. My assistant told me, stop saying it's a course. You're buying a membership, you understand me, into the infinite wealth strategies. So you becoming a strategist. That's what you buy. You're buying a membership. And to get 1 year's membership, you understand me, one-time payment. So I hope that explained it, and I appreciate y'all. You understand me? So once you do that as well, you want to get access to the Discord, you have to go to the wealth strategies underscore on Instagram, DM them, they'll give you access to the Discord, right? Discord access usually takes around 24 hours, depending on how many people actually lock in. So let me go look. Okay. Boom. All right. All right. Looks like everything is loading just fine. Cool, cool, cool. All right, family. I appreciate y'all. You understand me? Listen, I'm gonna go get out of here. It should text instantly. Cutting. I appreciate you for the knowledge. No, listen. Somebody say it should be more. It should be 2,500. So if I don't get good energy, I don't rock with it. You feel me? And this is why I don't do the discount, because when you start dealing with a discount crowd, they have a discounted mindset and they can't value things. You feel me? And this is why a lot of people don't teach at these levels and prices. People suggest to me all the time, nah, Keys, do a high-end product where you charge 5,000, you charge 10,000, you charge 20,000. Because I guarantee you, right here today, I can take a phone call and get paid $20,000 to consult somebody on their NFT project. So I want you to understand, you're not doing me a favor, you understand me, by not taking your opportunities. I'll send out the link, but I just want y'all to understand that, like, I'm providing the opportunities. You understand me? At the end of the day, like, we did all of the research, we put it together, we filmed it. You understand? We created the community, we got the knowledge, we put together the people, to bring in experts, bring in teachers. You don't have to do none of that, and that's over a year's worth. You understand me, of work at this point that you get access to. So I just want y'all to understand that value, because oftentimes we miss our opportunities because we value money more than the knowledge that it can unlock. And the point of education is so that we can have knowledge that builds wealth, that creates money for us, that creates opportunities for us. The more that you know, the more you can grow. Like, the moment that you actually get the knowledge, now you can think about what you want to do with it. Now you got different opportunities that you get access to. That's the mindset, core aspect of it, and what it allows you to do. You understand me? Now you can also email us if you want to get Discord access if you don't have Instagram, CJ King. So, you know, and if you've been following my platform for a long time, you know that, you know, the gang that you get is exponential. You understand me? It's ridiculous. We always oversell or undersell and give overvalue. You understand me? So I appreciate you. Now, brother Rob Star Global says, sell your NFTs, they will crash soon. I want you all to understand something about NFTs. NFTs are not stocks. They are not cryptos, right? NFTs, some of them, they're like 90% of them, they can be crap, right? But also, it's not like, oh, a stock market price just drops. The people inside that group have to decide that it's no longer valuable, right? The floor prices are determined by the people and their willingness to sell it at a price point. Right? NFTs are consistently growing. The industry is probably going to double within the next year. It's going to be a $100+ billion industry. So when I think about $100+ billion industry, what I'm thinking about simply is, how do I get into the flow of that money? Because as billions of dollars are being exchanged, it means you have the opportunity to be on the receiving end of some of those transactions. And this is why we look at how large a market size is when we determine whether we want to get into it, because it lets us know how much liquidity, how much money, how much opportunity is in that. So if the market right now is at 40 billion and we projecting it to be in 100 billion, then that's $60 billion of opportunity for you to get somewhere in there, in a transaction, in the flow, in a creation, so that you can get some of that money as it's being transferred. This is a wealth transfer. When you see these things happen, and see, the wealthy have enough money to take advantage of it, where they buying the blue chip NFTs. The blue chip NFTs are the ones like Bored Ape Yacht Club, right? Or World of Women, right? Now you got a new one that's coming called Invisible Friends or V Friends, right? Or Crypto Scores or Crown Society. You understand me? Now the rich, like, I'm buying into that because the goal right now is diversification. Invest in everything. If you think investing in one thing is going to save you, oh, well, I invest in gold, I'm good. No, you got to invest in everything. You understand me? Because you want to take your hard-earned money and you want to have it working even harder for you. You understand me? My brother Wall Street Trapper was talking about that the other day, is that the rich are, or the wealthy are cash poor, but they asset rich. And the poor are the opposite. They asset poor, but they cash rich. I mean, you got all this money, but you got no assets. So those assets don't grow over time and they can never build you wealth. Can't do nothing with it. So we got to change our mind towards opportunities. So even if you have a negative thought process, you have to ask yourself, would it benefit me if I thought about these ways, thought about this in a way, you understand me, that it would actually be helpful to my life and my existence? Like, take every negative thought that you have and decide to be like, you know what? I don't like this thing, but what if I wasn't thinking limited? Could it work in any capacity that I can utilize it in a strategy to build wealth and get money and create a blueprint? Can I get creative in any way where this makes sense? That's the thought process. So you navigating around all your negative thinking, circumnavigating that limited thinking, and going directly to the success thinking. You know what I'm talking about? All right. Well, I see the link going in for a few of you. So I'm going to go ahead and send that out one more time. But I appreciate y'all, man. I hope y'all listen to this energy. Take this energy, you understand me, run with it, inshallah. And y'all hold me to this. I want to do a class on the infinite wealth strategies. We're going to go over creative business models. Right now, it's about how do you adapt to this changing atmosphere, create business models utilizing these new tools. Business models are popping up everywhere. Like, look at Gary Vee. He created a restaurant where the membership is going to cost people like $10,000, $15,000 before they even buy their first plate. You understand me? And that don't come with a buffet. That means that you are buying to get membership so you can get access to a restaurant. That's a new business model that has propped up that has never existed before, right? You're taking the idea of these country clubs and you're making it accessible to people all around the world. So it's the business model structure that's going to change. And there are multiple different type of business models that exist. So I want to prepare people with creative ways, because getting into NFTs for me is creating new business, creating new strategies. Right? That's what it is. It's creating new brands, new products. It's not about selling art, right? It's about creating new business strategies. And once you understand that, then it all becomes clear for you. So make sure y'all text 323. It's pinned up here at the top. 323-577-6692. Text 250 to there. You have to 444 to get access. You understand me? Then it goes back up to $1,111, which will still be worth it. But at the end of the day, that's over with. You understand me? And if you need to get access through, if 250 is too much, you need to get access through our payment plan. All you have to do, let me see if it's still up. Nah, actually, sorry, the payment plan one is more expensive. It's $555. So only the 250 is available. Otherwise, you can go do a payment plan. But I don't think y'all want to do that. So listen, I appreciate y'all locking in. This has been your non-fungible thoughts. You got your update on this market. I hope this has added some value to your life. You understand me? Go study, right? The crypto market has not hit its bottom yet. So it means it has more room to fall. We're looking at Ethereum around like $2,500. You understand me? We're looking at Bitcoin around like, I think 37 or something right now. And it can bottom out even more because right now it doesn't currently have a floor, right? So the question becomes, like I said last time, which ones are you in for the long term? If you know how to position yourself in the market, when this market has a recovery, right? The same thing with the stock market. When it has a recovery, when the crypto market has a recovery, you can end up with a nice windfall. Now, Lucky Lisa, if you purchase the Crown NFT, you do not have to buy access to the Infinite Wealth Strategies. Just DM us at the Wealth Strategies _ so you can get access or proof of your NFT. Right? I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. You understand me? Y'all be blessed. Peace.